It is time for the great Calamity, my friends, here today. 118, and we got a full-blown boss guide for you to take down the Eye of the Calamity. Thank you for tuning in. As always, down below we have today's timestamps where we give you the 4 T's. That is the team, the tactics, the treasure, and the toppings in order to succeed and take down the Eye of the Calamity. Excited about this as always. If you got a question, if you got a comment throughout, do let me know because I love to hear from you as always. Now, a few things around this one as we break it down. First off, it is Beast Yeast. We like to call out this land radiates with the power of the beast before you unfolds a landscape unlike anything you've seen in Crispia, which means special conditions, your topping bonus effects don't work. So good news here though, we got biscuits. So let's keep on going. A couple things here. We got spore dispersal at the dispersal of the boss enemy here and the run. So your cookies will gain spore points. Now, whenever certain enemies use specific skills or get hit, once the spore point meter is filled, you will gain the mushroom mutation status. In this state, your team's buff effects will be reduced and the damage they receive will be increased. The effect is stackable. Once mushroom mutation's duration is over, its target will disperse spores around themselves. Now, we also have these effects in play. Ally healing is decreased, HP shield capacity decreased, and enemies debuff resist increased. Now, on the flip side, we have now got Guardian Strike. This is really cool, and this is something new and unique for all of CookieRun coming to us from Beast Yeast and the latest and greatest update for that as well. Now, here we have Guardian Strike. Summons Elder Fairy's Sword, which deals critical damage to nearby enemies, and it deals a lot of damage. The sword deals reduced damage to bosses and can dispel the target's ongoing effects for a certain period of time. So keep that in mind. Kind of 2 strategies with that. You can use it to clear out lanes early on. You can use it also for that debuff, but you're going to deal less damage. Now, here again, we have the Eye of Calamity. Before we get to the eye, though, we're going to have a bunch of these different beasts that are going to come at us. We got to take those down, and maybe some that are fighting with the boss. Now, a couple things about this particular boss here. The power level's at 214. However, it's got a lot, and I mean a lot of life. 14 million is quite a bit. So here it's got the Tainted Sludge. It fires a projectile and deals damage to the nearest 2 targets. Targets cookies first. Dimensional Rift. So again, we'll talk about that part of our strategy. Dimensional Rift deals damage and causes burn to all targets. Summon monsters, like I said. Summons a monster. Ray of Destruction deals damage and causes injury to all targets. So that can be a challenge and a problem. Well, here again, we do have the sword deals reduced damage to bosses and can dispel the target's ongoing effects. There you go. Maybe that might be of use. All right, so a couple things here in particular. 1 second. Injury. So you are going to want PV potentially as part of that strategy. So I do just want to call that out, but we're going to try this regardless. So a couple things here. In terms of our team, let's go ahead and check this out. Here we are required to use White Lily Cookie. Now, if you have White Lily Cookie already, don't forget you can swap this so that your White Lily Cookie will be better than the 66, most likely if you can get it to 80. Now, again, we got the periodic damage, we got the single hit, we got the damage relative to max HP, all this great stuff there. And a couple of things. We are going to run this strategy that was a double up in terms of the wall. So the wall is really here with Yeti, and in this case with Prune Juice, making sure we got stuff in the front to kind of protect the line and take damage for us. Now, if we do run into a problem with some of that stuff that we talked about, I'll change up the team so that we can make sure we get by this and beat it for you here today. Now, a couple things about this as well. We are focused on attack and cooldown. This boss has a lot of life, so you could run into a challenge where maybe you don't get enough damage in, as an example, or maybe survivability is going to be a problem. But we're going to go with attack and cooldown. So that's predicated off Old Pilgrim Scroll, Squishy Jelly Watch, and Dream Conductor's Whistle here. Now, a couple things that you can also think about. You could use Vial of Rage and Dunes. You could use Sleepyhead's Jelly Watch there. You could be on the speed if you need it. Now, the other cool thing is we don't need everyone to survive. So if you're always really close, you could use Insignia of the Indomitable Knights to get that invincibility status, take it down. If you need additional kind of output, damage, crit's a great way to do that. A little bit more defense, Disciples, Magic Scroll, and then additional defense there. Now, when it comes to toppings, again, we are held back here. As you can see, bonus effects are deactivated, my friends. Now, just on the upside, anyway, it still matters because we do have this right here, and that does matter for the toppings for your cookies. Now, we got a ton of guides here on the channel that you can absolutely check out, and we are converting topping and biscuits, as we like to say. So stay tuned for all that stuff. Now, with that here, we also recommend Resonant. You can check those things out. So here we're on cooldown, here we're on attack, here we're on cooldown as well. We may shift to attack. White Lily, here you go, is on attack, so you can see that. And then additionally, we're on cooldown here for our lovely Black Pearl. Now, Resonant aren't really going to make a difference, as you can see, but that's still good for Crispia, right, my friends? All right, so that is what we're going to do here. Now, the other piece that we like to show is this. Let's go to info. Let's scroll down here. Oh, well, we can't do it there, actually. We got to go here. There it is. We go to info. We check out the cookie details. And here we look at the biscuits. That's right. So you want to make sure on your biscuits here, you have them, A, so make sure you're putting them on. 2, they follow a lot of the other strategy that we've talked about and covered in our guides, so make sure you check those out, which is why obviously the biggest thing is just taking advantage of that attack and HP. Everything I have right now is going to be on 1, so you can see that right here we have damage resist, here we got attack, a bunch of other stuff like that. So wanted to share that with you so that you could see that as well. Make sure you get those on and check out all the guides. All right, my friends, there you go. Bonus effects, you saw it there today. All right, let's pull all the way back and go at it with this boss. This boss is 1.45 million, 1.45 million. We're at almost 2. Let's go ahead and run at it here today. Excited to close out the Great Calamity, my friends. Now again here,
The seal is cracking.
the Knights.
No, I'm unharmed.
Elder Farah.
Something is coming from beyond.
An evil will that has focused all its rage on it must have angered the beasts greatly now that, yes, they sense all their might.
Everyone, we shall protect his majesty.
I cannot allow that. God, there is no meaning to protecting me if the...
I will stand with your...
And this, if you aren't familiar with, we just found a portion
I will
of White Lily cookies. Crystal Jam. All right, so here we go. Cleared it nicely on this first wave. So we can save our sword here, my friends. That is key. All right, here we go. Before we get to this boss, oh my gosh, look at the eye. It's coming. It's coming.
We must use the strength of
We must. Let's get it.
now, White Lily cookie.
Let's go. Craziness right here. Now, as you can see, that's pretty good damage output for us. Now, here are those bosses. So here you go. We can do this. Hit with the sword. There is the injury that I talked about. We're going to see if we're going to be able to get by here. It might be a little bit of a challenge. But again, we don't need everyone to necessarily survive to be successful there. Oh, come on, my friends. Lots of clicking, lots of clicking. Let's see what we got there. There's the sword. It's in. We're very, very close here. Such an intense fight. Ah! Brew juice is right at the end. 1 million. We can do it, my friends. I have faith in these cookies. And there you have it, my friends. We have done it. We have done it.
I think she blocked their advance with just 1 hit.
We blocked the advance with just 1 hit. We lost Brew Juice, so not a 3-star, right? I'm just kidding. Again, it doesn't matter. You just need your cookies to survive. And there you go. And have it. You can see exactly how we got by. Love it. I love it. I love it. And that, my friends, is 118. The Great Calamity there for you. And now you can clear the way to 119. And with that, let's pull it all back together here because there was quite a bit in terms of today's guide. So a couple things here. As always, we went through the 4 T's: the tactics, the team, the treasure, and the toppings in order to succeed and beat the Eye of the Calamity. You got to see exactly how it worked with the waves coming in, the more summoned bosses by the Eye at the end. Ideally, we were able to clear it fast enough. You could use the swords early, or you can use them late, kind of like we did. But make sure you absolutely use them. It's going to help you progress and get by sooner. Now, a couple things here as well. In terms of our team, the one suggestion there is, obviously you saw me beat it without using pure vanilla for the injury. Putting PV in your team is going to give you a lot more survivability that you saw. That could be a challenge in terms of getting by, so I wanted to throw that out there. You're going to get great damage from White Lily. You got great damage here. Maybe you go a little less on the jungle strategy here with Prune Juice and you run this, or maybe you take out the Yeti and run PV and just keep Prune Juice in the front and clear the waves early on. So those are a couple different strategies and ideas for you to think about in order to succeed and take down the Eye of the Calamity. Now, with that said, if you still got a question, if you got a comment, let me know, because I'd love to hear from you, and feel free to join us in the Discord server. We got a great, amazing community there. So thank you to everyone for that as well. Lastly, I hope you enjoyed today's episode. Thank you for tuning in. As always, I appreciate your support. Thank you for the likes and the subs as we grow this amazing community here. And as always, thank you to all of our members. It's a great way to support the channel. We have memberships available to you, other ways through affiliate links, and I got swag and those kinds of merch and cool stuff for you there too. And lastly, we have social. Stay connected, my friends, because we got so much going on all the time and in the know, right? With that, and I like to see what you post. I like to see everything, and feel free to at me and those kinds of things. With that, thank you again for tuning in. I hope you had a good time on Beast Yeast as much as I have the Great Calamity. And with that, we got a ton of content here on the channel, more coming all the time, and a lot about Beast Yeast, and I'm so excited. So stay tuned, and I wish you the best of luck with the Eye. Kind of looks like the Eye of Sauron, if you ask me. But anyway, we took care of it with White Lily, and no Eye of the Calamity no more, at least for now. See you soon.